Namaste. Welcome to UGC E-Pathshala for Postgraduate Studies. I am Anita Khanna and I teach Japanese in Jawaharlal Nehru University. Today's paper's name is Introduction to Pre-Modern Japanese Literature in English. And today's module title is The Trinity of Indian Gods in Japan. Let's see the background of this presence of Indian gods in Japan. First of all, the key term for this is the Shichifuku-jin. Shichi is Nana, Fuku is good fortune, and Jin is the gods. These 7 gods, which together ride the ship of fortune, and that is what the Shichifuku-jin implies. And the Trinity means 3 gods out of those 7 are of Indian origin. So the background of this we are going to study. First of all, you must have studied that there are a lot of festivities associated with New Year. The whole month of December, Japanese are busy to make preparations to welcome the New Year. And once the New Year arrives, there are a number of rituals and festivities in Japan, and it extends over the 3 days of the New Year. On the first day of the New Year, people make their first visit to the shrine or temple, which is called Hatsumode. And they spend the first day in meeting or visiting their friends and relatives and bonding with them. On the second day, it carries on, but at the night of second day, there is a special belief. It is said that if one sleeps with a picture of Takarabune, on which the 7 gods of luck are present, under the pillow at night, and dream of Takarabune in the second night of the New Year of this particular ship associated with good fortune, one can expect to have good fortune, especially financial luck throughout the year. So, as I stated earlier, we have the 2 key terms, Takarabune, the ship of fortunes, and 7 gods of luck or good fortune, which ride on the ship. Now, these 7 gods, in which people believe traditionally to be auspicious, are from 3 countries, or the 3 countries that constituted the worldview of the Japanese of the past or in ancient times. That was India, China, and Japan. So these 7 gods also belong to the 3 categories and in a way symbolize the world view of the Japanese and the people since the olden times believe in this. So out of these 7 gods, 3 are of Indian origin, which have been adapted as Japanese gods. Another 3 are of Chinese origin and are revered in Japan. And finally, 1 is from native Japanese gods. It is very interesting to note that the group of Indian gods so have 1 female deity, which is Benzaiten, which can be called Lakshmi initially, or Kichijoten, and then Saraswati. Benzaiten can symbolize both wealth as well as talent and learning or capability, depending on the central kanji used in this term. Benzai, when it is the kanji of Zaibatsu, which is associated with the finances, then it is the Lakshmi. And when it is changed, the same Sai, and then pronounced as Zai, to talent, Sai no, then it becomes, or it marks, capability, talent, learning. Coming back to the Benzai Ten, she is the only goddess in the group of Shifukujin of Takarabune, and also among the two other gods in this trinity of Indian gods. The other two are Daikokuten and Bishamonten. From the kanji, we can make out that Daikokuten means Mahakala or Mahakal, which is considered to be a epithet of Shiva. And Bishamonten is called Vaishnava in Indian languages, and he represents Vishnu, it is said. Now let us move on to the names of the other four gods. As I mentioned, there is another group of Chinese gods which are three in number, and they are Jurojin, Fukuroku Ju, and Hote. Jurojin is the god of longevity, Fukuroku is the god of wealth and authority, happiness, and Hote is associated with sense of purpose, happiness, and satisfaction. And finally, the seventh goddess of native Japanese origin, which is Ebisu, the Shinto god of wealth. And in Japan, Ebisu is associated with commerce and prosperity. Incidentally, this presence of the seven gods, all arranged in a boat or ship without any clash, speaks for the flexibility and religious tolerance of Japanese, who embraced Chinese and Indian gods in their native Shinto tradition as represented by the Shichifukujin, the seven gods of luck, riding on Takarabune, the ship of fortune. Next, I mention the objective of studying this module. It is to understand and study about the scheme of seven gods of fortune, so that one can understand the presence and relevance of Chinese and Indian traditions in ancient period. Second, to have a deeper understanding of the three Indian gods of fortune worshipped by Japanese, which is Mahakal, Vaishravan, and Saraswati. There are several legends associated with the origin of Ebisu. Actually, in Japan, it is considered to be the god of wealth, like we have the Indian god of Kuber. Therefore, according to one legend associated with Ebisu, the Japanese god of wealth, Ebisu, the Shinto god of wealth, is regarded as the reincarnation of Buddha as a Japanese god of Shinto. So, Ebisu is one of the gods of Japanese. Actually happened in case of Japan because there were times when there was no conflict at all between Shinto and Japanese Buddhism. So in such better times, the Shinto gods were adapted as the reincarnations. The most common example is the reincarnation of Hachiman, who is the Shinto god of war, and he is accepted as the reincarnation of Buddha or Buddhist gods. Since Ebisu is the only Shinto god aboard the ship of fortunes, he has Shinto origin as well. According to the Shinto version, Ebisu, the god of wealth, is regarded as the child of Izanagi and Izanami, the pair associated with procreation in Japanese mythology. Therefore, Ebisu is sometimes paired with Daikoku Ten, but otherwise he is arranged alone and enshrined in Shinto shrines as Ebisu, the Japanese god of wealth and prosperity. Especially the shrines in Osaka area of Ebisu are famous among the traders and business people. This god of wealth and prosperity is clad like a fisherman who wears a cap and holds a fishing rod in one hand and a large fish, the horsefish, in the other hand. He is mostly seen in a seated position with a pot belly and has a bit uncanny but jovial appearance. The second god in the Indian group is Bishamon Ten. He is considered to be a reincarnation of the Vedic or Indian god Vishnu and is called Vaisravana. Vaisravana is one of the four guardian kings. In Japanese, they are called Shitenno. They lead an army of Yaksha Rakshasa as their army general and are regarded as the protector of the four directions. So Bishamon Ten in Japan is regarded as the protector of northern realm of Mount Sumeru or the Sumi Sen as per the legend. He is worshipped all over Japan, having the main temple. Bishamonten's main temple is in Kyoto called Kurama-dera. He is worshipped as one of the guardians of Buddhist law and protector of the country. He holds a spear and wears a shield in order to protect the believers and crush the enemy and evil. In Osaka, there is a famous temple called Shitenno-ji, the four guardian kings, and he is worshipped as the guardian of north direction. In Buddhist texts, as influenced by the Indian traditions, Vaisraman is paired with goddess Mahashri or the Lakshmi, which is called Kichijo Ten in Japan. Both these became popular and well known among Japanese because of their presence on the Takarabune or the ship of fortune. The third god of Indian origin is Daikoku-ten or Mahakal. He is the Japanese god of hearth or cooking place, as well as god of wealth, abundance, and chivalry. Being an important and already famous god, Daikoku-ten is considered to be a incarnation of Virushana Butsu Vairochan Buddha. In esoteric Buddhism, he is placed in the outer womb realm of the north of the Vajradhatu Mandal. He has a fierce appearance of bluish black tone with the three heads. The main face in the central, or rather the center head, has three eyes with one on the forehead. He has 6 arms and he holds human skull in his right hand, a goat caught by horns in the left hand. He wears a pendant of skull and long snakes hang down from his neck. In Japan, he is considered to be incarnation of Lord Shiva and offspring of Brahma, the three-headed Indian god of creation. However, along with this fierce form as Mahakal in Japanese Buddhist pantheons. In Japanese Buddhism, there exists a mild form and a popular form of Mahakal or Daikoku-ten. In Japan, he is commonly depicted as carrying a large bag on his shoulder and a small mallet of luck. He stands on 2 bags of rice and symbolize richness, happy life, and good luck. The style of his head covering is popularly named Daikoku Zukin, a cap which is a flat black tied like a crown in a round shape. Also, the word Daikoku Bashira is Hashira, the pillar here, refers to the central figure in a family or a company and is popularly used. Let's have a look at the Chinese gods on Takarabune, or rather the remaining 3 gods. Hote. Hote is the deification of a Zen monk named Keishi, who, because of his appearance, was conferred the title of Choteishi, the god of good fortune. So, by having pleasantly auspicious appearance, he would put the cloth bag on the shoulder and start on journey and carrying all kinds of coins and materials in his bag. People believe that he brings luck with him wherever he goes, and they begin to identify him to be the reincarnation of future Buddha or Maitri or Miroku Satsu, the Maitreya Buddha. In China, his statue is kept at the entrance of a temple, and the same practice was transmitted with the Chinese paintings of temples to Japan, and he was assimilated as one of the gods of the Takara, or the auspicious god. The second god of Chinese origin is Rokuju. Fukurokuju is a Taoist term or concept based on Taoism. This term has 3 characters. One is fortune, then second is green in the sense of evergreen and longevity. In other words, happiness is not in vague sense, but in terms of longevity, it has to be with the good health so that an old man can enjoy a peg of wine. The old man is the Taoist god or Senjin, in other words, a ascetic named Yon Sin. He is a legendary figure in China and considered to be an incarnation of the Antarctic Old Man star. Jurojin is also a Taoist god of longevity and it means auspicious aged person. He is regarded as a symbol of longevity. In China, there is a tradition of ascetics desiring furo fushi, longevity, and hence conclusion. Finally, in order to sum up, it must be pointed that the presence of Indian gods as well as Chinese gods in Japan could be attributed to the arrival and spread of Buddhism in both the countries. And especially in case of Japan, as we know from the important Japanese historical compilation, Nihon Shoki, compiled in 720 AD, Buddhism came to Japan in 552 AD. While Buddhism came from Korea, the actual inflow of Buddhist art, culture, philosophies came directly from China. In this regard, the official delegations called Kentoshi played a significant role of the carriers of culture. The Japanese were amazed at the vast range of culture accompanying or rather following the introduction of Buddhism, and what facilitated the dissemination of Indian gods in Japan were the Buddhist scriptures translated into Chinese. In other words, the Kanyaku Butten.